Hey everyone, welcome to Spotlight New England. I'm one of your hosts, Audrey McClelland.
And I'm Ashley Erling, and welcome to Hollywood, Rhode Island.
It is Hollywood, Rhode Island right now.
It's so crazy. It's actually so crazy.
It is crazy and so cool.
It's beyond cool. I know we've talked to Steven Feinberg many times from the TV and film office. Rhode Island has always been, I'm going to call it a hotspot for filming for
definitely.
Movies, TV shows, lots of things. But right now, I don't know how things ebb and flow, but right now, it is like hot around here.
We really are. We are hot to trot. I
We
love that.
are.
Hot.
There are certain like areas within the country where people will go film a lot. I know Savannah, Georgia is one of them.
Yes.
They actually have tours down there.
Do they really?
Where you can take a trolley ride and go tour all of the different things that have filmed there.
I didn't realize that.
Forrest Gump was filmed down there.
Yeah, tons of things.
Etc. Now I'm thinking like, you could honestly do that here with the amount of things.
You could, especially now with like the Gilded Age in Newport. You know, people coming to Newport just to check it out because of the show.
All over.
That could be its own little tour.
So currently, though, they're filming in Cranston. So of course, 12 News had to head out there and check it out and see what was going on.
Here in Cranston, now being transformed into the set of a major Hollywood production. Area residents and business owners excited to see their town on the silver screen. Trucks full of movie equipment and crews designing sets were spotted across Rhode Island Tuesday as filming was being done on a new Warner Brothers picture titled Ghostwriter. The film being directed by J.J. Abrams and stars Samuel L. Jackson, Jenna Ortega, and Glenn Powell. Residents excited to see more production companies beginning to shoot their movies in the Ocean State.
Rhode Island is a small state. A lot of people some people don't even know about it. So to see that these big productions are moving here, it's exciting because and they pop up randomly too, so you never know. I just found out about this last night and I live like down there.
One of the locations crews were spotted at Tuesday was the Time Capsule, a collectibles store in Cranston that's been temporarily renamed to Graffiti Comics for the movie. Owners of the store honored that their business was chosen to be a part of this film.
They came yesterday and started, pulling out the things from the windows that couldn't be in the movie and putting their own props in the movie. And it's been a great process. Everybody's been very helpful, and yeah, it's exciting to be part of all this.
Crews were also spotted working on Wickenden Street in Providence, prompting interest from nearby residents.
A couple of my friends all around here have been texting about a lot of commotion, and sure enough, outside my own window, the same people have been walking back and forth for 2 hours, and it's just a bunch of extras doing the same scene over and over. So it's kind of funny to see it happening right outside your window.
Business owners also hoping the movie can generate more foot traffic in their stores.
The Warner Brothers executive said, if this is a huge movie, you're going to get tens of thousands of people who come visit every year. So fingers crossed.
There's still no word at this time on when the movie is expected to be released. Reporting in Cranston, Ethan Logue, 12 News.
I like hearing that guy talk about the extras walking back and forth. He's like, it's the same people. Do you remember that movie from like the early 2000s, maybe even the late 90s? I think the early 2000s with Jim Carrey, and he was like the center of a TV show.
Truman Show?
Truman Show.
Yes,
I was like, what is the name of that movie? We just watched that recently with the kids.
Did you?
They loved it. But that's what it reminds me of. Like he gets
same old,
same people just walking by over and over
again. It is very much like Truman
Show. And then
Show.
he's like, wait a minute, they're shooting a movie right now outside my window.
But like, that's cool. Like, how neat is it? Like, it could be traffic in, because a lot of the brick and mortars, like, small businesses were big proponents of small businesses, just to get people like in because of like the allure of being part of Hollywood.
Right. And it brings the attention to the state in a positive way. And, it's almost time on my fake watch here to talk about the Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
We're chomping at the bit.
It's been a while. It's almost time to have Becca back in to get an update. I don't think there is a major update, but
I don't know.
I feel like we can always talk to her about it. But like, not to keep talking about it, although we will, it really is pretty remarkable to think about Bravo, one of the biggest networks going, spending so much time shooting here, and everywhere you go these days, you're either seeing them film, talking to a friend who's seen them film, hearing about where they are filming, and they're all over the state. And again, like, really cool to see some of these places that are going to end up on the show.
Yes.
Some of the places that we love,
that
we go to.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be watching it on the show. Some of our
screaming,
friends
oh my God,
being maybe extras in the background.
That was very cool to potentially hear.
you know, it's
there's
just like
some coming. There's stuff coming. I love it. Very cool. Well, we will continue updating you on Hollywood in Rhode Island. But
we sure will.
We will. We will. It's a hot topic for us. But stick around because we have another really cool thing to talk about next with another business owner. So stick around. Spotlight New England. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Spotlight New England. One thing that we love is having people on that have the most incredible businesses, and especially too with roots in New England, because we're all about Spotlight New England right here. And we have on with us this morning just an incredible business owner. Her name is Alyson Iarrusso, and she's the founder of Cove Fine Jewelry. And we are just mesmerized and in love with all of these pieces. So please welcome Alyson to Spotlight New England with us today. We're so excited that she's here with us. Hey, Alyson.
Hi, Alyson.
Hi, ladies. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. It's such an honor.
Wherever you are sitting right now is like my ideal scenario. Tell us about where you are. Can I join you on your beautiful wicker couch?
Thank you. These are all upcycled, but I'm on my lanai or my porch in Hampton, New Hampshire. We just came back from Cape Cod where my family is, and this is kind of where we spend all of our time. This is our family favorite spot. It's raining today, but it's still a beautiful place to.
Oh my God, I want to jump through the screen. It's gorgeous.
It does look incredible. And Alyson, we were talking about, we love being able to meet business owners, especially with roots in New England. Tell us, first of all, how really the journey started for you in creating Cove Fine Jewelry.
So I just realized I said lanai. And that's because Cove actually started. It started in Hawaii. So I actually started right out of college teaching very shortly in Connecticut, and then quickly moved out to Hawaii and taught in Kaneohe, Hawaii for 10 years. So that's actually where my jewelry career started. I learned to solder jewelry and create pieces on my own. I imported some pearls from Tahiti. I dove for shells on the North Shore, learned to drill shells. And that was my first go at the jewelry business. And I made everything myself. Fast forward 24 years later, give or take, I continued teaching for over 20 years, and most recently was teaching in the post-secondary level at Southern New Hampshire University. But I decided to revisit jewelry, go back into what my passion was, and start a second career. And I'm so happy I did, because Cove is really a dream come true.
That is amazing. You said you dove for shells yourself?
Yeah, just free diving, on the North Shore on a summer day when there weren't big waves. A lot of people do it. It's really fun.
Still
and
amazing.
I recently taught my daughter.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Because I love, we're also fortunate to live by water and the ocean. And I love even when we're just like walking around on the beach and we're picking up shells from like our own local beach and putting them in the house, around candles and stuff like that. But you took it to the next level.
Thanks. One of my first pieces that I did when I started Cove was a puka shell casting, where I took an original puka shell from the North Shore, drilled it to perfection, and then we cast it and made a bowl out of it in my workshop in New York. And that's a piece I'm still working on perfecting. I've always wanted to add a diamond to it. I'm not sure how it's going to look, but I do love shells still, and I'm inspired by them all the time.
Yeah.
So when you started creating these pieces, were they for you and just maybe family and friends, or did you go into this with the mindset to start a business?
Yeah, so in Hawaii, I definitely did. I had a business. I did a lot of trunk shows. I did some wholesale in boutiques. I had events. But I was young in my 20s, and it was my side hustle because I was a full-time history teacher at a high school. And I had a lot of other jobs going on in Hawaii because to maintain, the cost of living is very high there. Once I moved back here and met my husband, had our kids, a lot of clients that knew me from Hawaii or people that had met me when I was still kind of had a little bit going on here in New England kept asking for jewelry. And then when I decided to really dive in, I went back to my roots in New York in the Diamond District, secured a mentor, 2 mentors actually, and really reestablished all of those original contacts I had in the industry, but took it to the next level and created a fine jewelry collection. So now I only deal in fine jewelry. I don't make everything myself. We make everything as a team in the US, but my master jeweler, he finishes all the pieces and I'm the designer. So I have my hands in the designs and the sourcing. We source all the diamonds. We cast all the gold in New York. So it's all made in America. All of our gemstones are selected by me. So I really enjoy that aspect of the business.
I love that.
That's
and
incredible.
Tell us about where the name came from, Cove.
So it's actually named after a local beach here in New Hampshire that is for residents only. So we live not too far, and my husband and kids love to surf there. In fact, they're there right now to give me some time riding some of the waves from this hurricane coming in. And it's just our family beach. So I named the company after it. And it also really symbolizes that connection that I have to the ocean and coastal communities, whether I'm on Cape Cod, New Hampshire, or back in Hawaii. So I really wanted to tie in a modern twist to that coastal jewelry that maybe we look at on vacation to take a memory with us, but modernize it and make it more everyday to connect us to that sense of place that we love to go to. I find everybody in New England just has this place, right? Like we kind of wear it like a badge, like a college sweatshirt. Some people go to Booth Bay, some people go to Chatham, some people go to Nantucket, Newport. We all have our locations that we summer in. Narragansett, there's places on the Connecticut shore. So I wanted to create jewelry that we could kind of take with us year round to connect us to that place, whether it's inspired by color or a shell, but it's more modern.
I love that. It's so true that we all kind of like, I feel like a lot of us anyway have that connection to like the ocean and the beach because we are, again, so lucky to live near it. But I love that you've kind of taken that and now like prolonged it and made it into even something bigger. Tell us more about the evolution of the brand because, you're kind of like almost a little bit downplaying it. Like this is fine jewelry. Like these are beautiful, stunning heirloom pieces, really.
Thanks. And that's exactly my goal. I felt like I wanted to really take my knowledge of lab-grown diamonds and my sourcing and elevate it and make it quality. So being cast in the casting houses that I use in New York, I want to make gold that's going to be heirloom, that's going to last generations, and that we're not just buying, from a company online that we don't know the origin of that jewelry. But I also wanted to really honor my New England roots. We have a lot of jewelry roots here in New England, especially in Rhode Island and Massachusetts. But a lot of my connections are in New York. So I kind of travel all over and spend a lot of time in the Diamond District on the train, going back and forth. But now things are kind of running and I really wanted to make it attainable. So using lab grown diamonds and gemstones that are both natural. And I do use some lab grown gemstones for precious gemstones such as ruby, sapphire, and emerald. It makes that larger gemstone attainable. And I really pride myself on the sourcing of those gemstones because to get a large gemstone, I'm talking 5 or 6 carats, 10 millimeters, is not something everyone can do with the quality and the consistency. So the colors that I've chosen for each of my pieces really represent a region. So for example, Rhode Island, we have gilded gold, which is a citrine, which is almost a 6 carat citrine ring. I think, I'm actually wearing
gorgeous.
it today.
Beautiful.
Oh my God. Look at that.
I was looking at the site. I love the way that you've kind of paired the colors with the different locations that you were talking about. How did you go about doing that and where, like, deciding which places you were going to highlight and which colors went with which? I imagine it was probably pretty fun, but was it or was it overwhelming?
Honestly, it really evolved organically, and that's what I love about it. So that ring that just passed on the screen, that blue, that dark blue, was actually the first ring I did, and it's because it really reminded me of Cape Cod Bay. I spent my childhood, that's it.
That's stunning.
I spent my childhood fishing on our Boston Whaler with my dad out in Cape Cod Bay, and it just reminded me. And now my husband, we fish on the same boat. We restored it, on Cape Cod Bay as well as up here on the coast. And it just reminded me of that. So I said, okay, this is the ring I want to symbolize Cape Cod. And in a way that, you walk around New England and everyone wears the Cape Cod bracelet from Eden. And I went there when I was young with my grandmother to get my Cape Cod bracelets, and every female in my family has it. But I noticed that, you go around New England and everyone's wearing the bracelet and you say, oh, you go to the Cape. Oh, you're a Cape girl. And I loved identifying our jewelry with where we want to vacation or where our second home is, or just where our heart is. So in creating the rings, the Cape Cod one was my way of saying, like, I want people to go around New England and go, oh, you're a Cape Cod girl. And then it evolved and I came up with the different colors. So I have this beautiful peach morganite for the Connecticut coast, I have the citrine for gilded gold for Rhode Island, which we're actually just launching. I have a beautiful sky topaz that's so light and so perfect, and that is for the coast of New Hampshire. Just reminds me of a summer day. So yeah, I just wanted that connection and that sense of place to continue with the jewelry, but really be connected to our roots in New England and give women something that's attainable, that's not priced, astronomically high, that we can buy for ourselves. And that was important to me as well.
Yeah, actually, because I saw that you have a podcast as well, right? And isn't that one of the things that you touched on of like, actually going ahead and maybe getting these things for yourself and enjoying them?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there was this notion, especially when I was younger, that I had to wait for a partner to buy me diamonds or to buy me a special piece of jewelry. Either my parents were going to buy it or my partner was going to buy it. I never thought that I could buy things myself. And I think that lab-grown diamonds really have opened up that world for women. We save up and we buy ourselves expensive shoes, or we buy ourselves expensive luxury purses. And now we can really buy ourselves those 3-carat diamond stud earrings or a tennis bracelet that we've always wanted. We can save up. And we couldn't necessarily do that 20, 30 years ago with the glass ceiling and with the price of mined diamonds. And now lab-grown diamonds really make things accessible, I think, for women in general.
Yeah, it's very interesting, too, the way that evolution has happened.
Absolutely.
Because now you're seeing so many more things that are, like maybe before you would look and just be like, oh, I could never. And now you're like, wait a minute, let me think about that.
And I love too, I know you had said too, like the generational pieces, that you want them to last. And we saw Ashley's getting married in October. So I couldn't help but tell her, I'm like, oh my God, you have to look. They have, engagement rings and wedding rings. That must feel so incredible to know that people are purchasing these pieces for such an important and special reason. Like I can't even, that must give you such a good feeling.
Definitely. I had 2 proposals this week. And when I say I had 2 proposals, I work with the man who's going to propose for a while, for a month or so, or we go back and forth and it becomes a very personal relationship. I mean, I just hand delivered a ring in Brewster last week, to a client I had been working with. And then a few days later, I get the pictures that he's proposed and she said yes. And I had 2 of those this week. And I find it's so exciting. I know there's lots of ways you can buy an engagement ring, but I love that personal interaction. I love that I'm creating it just for them. I'm not taking out a selection and saying, which one do you want? And I still really value the family-run retail jewelry store. And I think there's a lot of history and value in that. I'm just providing something a little bit more modern, especially for those partners who don't necessarily want to walk into a jewelry store or don't really know where to start. And let's face it, a lot of the women today are sending images of what they want from social media. So I get a lot of screenshots that have been sent to the partner, sent to me to say, this is what she wants. And I kind of find it like a fun little adventure to figure out exactly what makes up her dream ring and then help bring it to life.
That is exciting.
That's so special. Special to do that.
Yeah.
And listen, we have you here and you're a New England girl and we are a New England show. So while we have you, tell us, what are some of your favorite spots? Either you can choose in New Hampshire or the Cape.
Okay. Well, oh, wow. I should have prepared for this. Let me think. In Portsmouth, New Hampshire, I love the Old Ferry Landing, one of my favorite restaurants. I can't go wrong there. Get yourself a Jimmy Juice, one of the best restaurants, right on the water at the decks in Portsmouth. So that's my Portsmouth, New Hampshire shout out. When I'm shopping at Linda Taylor Boutique in Portsmouth, New Hampshire as well, and Making Faces, where I get all of my beauty products and an amazing selection of clothes. On Cape Cod, I love the Wauquasit. It holds a special place in my heart. Used to go there with my grandmother. It's in Harwich Resort, and I just did their centennial ring to celebrate their 100-year anniversary. And they're the only 5-star Forbes resort on Cape Cod. And it's such a special, magical place. And when I designed the ring, I really wanted to capture the hydrangeas that are on property. So it's got these green diamonds and a hidden halo. And
my God,
it
beautiful.
It's great. I've had a lot of people who got married there reach out to me since we launched the ring a few months ago to create it as an anniversary present. So that's really special.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then for me, First Encounter Beach in Eastham is a special place for my family. So
that's your go-to. I love it. Alyson, thank you so much. You were so lovely to talk with and just learn more about you and the business. And we just wish you, as always, like the most huge success, because we really do. We love your story. You're just amazing.
Thank you so much. And, if you guys need anything, please reach out. Everybody follow Cove Fine Jewelry. And I hope to see you all in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alyson. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. And stick around.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We have more coming with Spotlight New England.
Welcome back to Spotlight New England. We love a good study around
yes,
here.
we do.
It's just something to talk about, which is fun. But so this one from Wallet Hub, which does a lot of studies.
Okay.
So they were ranking the best overall, fun states.
Okay.
Okay. So where do you think, some of the New England I'm looking at my phone because I have the numbers on it. That's why I'm looking down and not at you. Where do you think that, let's say, Massachusetts and, Rhode Island and Connecticut rank?
I would think Massachusetts would be high.
Massachusetts did not do terrible. They were 24.
Okay. I would think Rhode Island would, Rhode Island would do, better than maybe Connecticut. Am I wrong?
Wrong.
No way.
Connecticut is 43.
Oh, wow. Where are we?
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
49.
Oh, I don't like that.
49.
How are we so far from Massachusetts?
And that's not true.
We have beaches. We have
everything.
festivals.
Actually, to your point, I'm trying to remember what it said. Okay.
We have
it was
Hollywood.
Based on
We have Hollywood.
They must not have watched our A block.
They didn't watch our A block.
Yeah. So actually, for real though, you wouldn't film an entire series.
No.
In a location if it was
boring and not.
So they based it on things like number of restaurants, which we have 1 billion. Movie theaters, everybody has the same amount of movie theaters. Which is not that many.
Right.
Live theater, we have
so
many.
Much live theater.
Gyms, that's not fun.
I have a gym on every corner
First
of
of
my
all,
town.
gyms aren't
fun. That doesn't count.
So that doesn't even
count.
make sense. But golf courses, we have tons of golf courses.
Everywhere. It's Rhode Island.
Skiing facilities. Okay, well.
You might get us there, but come on.
But that's not fun
we
to
still
everyone.
have one.
Skiing isn't fun to everyone.
Per capita?
Yeah. Right. And we're close to all. Oh, the most fun state.
Yeah.
Was California.
Well, I was going to say California or Florida, right?
But it's the biggest.
Yeah.
So they would have the most things in general.
You have to remember, we are tiny, but we are mighty.
Bottom of the list.
Yeah. Who do we be?
Poor things, but not really, because maybe it's not true, because Rhode Island's not true. West Virginia, which I don't know. I don't know a lot about West Virginia.
I've only driven through West Virginia, so I can't give you any thoughts on that one.
Now, as somebody who grew up in Connecticut, I'm from Connecticut.
You love Connecticut.
And I live in Rhode Island now, and I love them both.
Yes.
I think Rhode Island's more fun than Connecticut. I have fun in Connecticut because I see my friends and family.
Right.
But the places themselves, we have fun at our house. There are some fun things.
There's some fun things to do.
The most fun thing I always did was go to the mall.
See?
They didn't even mention malls.
They didn't even mention shopping.
They didn't mention shopping.
You know what? I don't like Wallet Hub.
Yeah.
I just don't think that it was a good study. What does Dr. Darryl say? Give us a sample size.
I need a sample size.
Need a sample size.
No, maybe they just didn't look up things that we think are fun. So I think it was subjective, and I would like to submit that Rhode Island deserves to
should be much higher.
I would say at least top 15.
In the 20s.
At least top 15.
Absolutely.
Might be biased.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
We don't like it at all. Thanks for joining us today on Spotlight New England. We'll have more studies.
More studies.
Join us next time.